elected officials, thank you so much for the very warm welcome that we've received from this community. It is absolutely delightful to be here and to make sure that we highlight the ongoing work of this amazing center, Eden Center, and all of the immigrant communities that are represented here. This is personally very meaningful to me, and it just feels such like a warm and hospitable place. So thank you very much for all the lovely and gracious welcome. Just as a quick introduction of myself, I'm State Senator Ghazala Hashmi. I have the honor of representing the city of Richmond and Chesterfield County. I'm in my second term now, and I chair the Senate Committee on Education and Health. But before I ran for office, you know, I spent 30 years in higher education, and I like to say, yes, we can I was a mild-mannered English professor. You know, there's nothing really mild-mannered about English professors, right? We're the ones that are teaching the books that other people are trying to ban. More specifically, I taught American literature, and that was so much a part of the reason why I ran for office in the first place in 2019. You know, this country had just elected a gentleman or an individual who was the antithesis of everything I was teaching to my students about those foundational texts of America and what defines who and what we are. And I just knew I had to stand up and speak out because of the xenophobia, the racism that was being disseminated unchecked, it seemed, in this country. But more specifically, it was my foundation in American poetry that really gave me the powerful reason to run. And I always hearken back to my favorite American poet, and that is Walt Whitman. And being here today, it reminds me so much of the lines of Whitman's poetry, where Whitman tries to encompass the full range and breadth of our diverse American identity. And the lovely line that he has is, "I hear America singing." And when he says, "I hear America singing," he's talking about each of us, the full length and breadth of our experiences that come to define and shape who and what we are as a country. I hear America singing, and every time I'm in communities where I see the vast diversity that make up our populations here in Virginia and across the country, I always hear that song of America that Walt Whitman tried to encompass. And then it was in the 1920s where a young black poet in the midst of the Harlem Renaissance picks up on that same idea of the song of America, and Langston Hughes dares to say, as a black man in America, "I too sing America," laying claim to that American identity that really belongs to each and every one of us. And that was an inspiration to me. So in 2019, I asked everyone in the Commonwealth to support me and to say, let me say, that I too sing America, that I lay claim to this American identity that doesn't belong to just one group, but that belongs to each and every one of us. And so many of my friends and voters and supporters, we sent out a loud message that Ghazala Hashmi is an American name. Reminder of the work that is ahead, because sadly we've got Donald Trump back in office, someone who is running again on the policies of discrimination, bigotry, xenophobia. That is absolutely the antithesis again of who and what we are as a country. And everywhere we've been going across this Commonwealth, I'm asking everyone to help us send a loud message in 2025 that the very first word of our beloved American Constitution is a pronoun, and that pronoun is we. It's an inclusive pronoun. It means and represents each and every one of us. And when we talk about the work we're doing, it is for the sake of every community that belongs to this country. It's we the people of this Commonwealth that are going to send a loud message this November that we reject the policies of division and that we are fighting for the real America, because we know the song of America. It is intrinsic to each and every one of us. Thank you for being here. A woman who needs no introduction. We all know Abigail, but we know her work, we know her commitment, we know the deep engagement that she has made to each and every one of us and our communities. We know that she is the voice that we need, not just in Virginia, but as a serious response to the chaos and the dysfunction that we see in Washington. We are so fortunate that Abigail is a Virginian and that she's here and ready to fight for us. So I know that Virginia is not going to elect just the first woman governor. We're going to elect the very first Democratic woman governor here in Virginia.